What a dub to end off the year. Real Madrid 4, Sevilla 2. In a game that I thought had the potential to be one of the best that we've had all season. Now, we did fall off in the second half. But the way that we started that game, the opening 20 minutes, oh my days. Real Madrid were on smoke. That's what I want to see from us in the first half. Mbappe scoring from outside the box. Valverde scoring another screamer. That's what I want to see. Rodrygo getting the third goal. When's the last time we've had 3 goals before halftime? I feel like we struggle so much in the first half. So it was so refreshing to see us on smoke, to see us look clinical in the final third. I thought we were going to absolutely dog walk Sevilla when we went up 3-0. But second half came, we took our foot off the gas. We'll get into all of that. But the most important thing that happened this game was us collecting those 3 points, because we needed to get a W here. We needed to collect all points available. We could not afford to lose or draw. And now, heading into the new year, we sit second in La Liga, right behind Atletico Madrid by 1 point. Funny enough, we find ourselves ahead of Barcelona, who won La Liga way back in October. I wonder how that's happened. Now, before we get into the match breakdown, I do want to say, I am slightly annoyed that we are not top of the league. If we would have just taken care of business against Bilbao and Rayo Vallecano, we would be at the top of the league right now. We would be comfortable. We would be able to just worry about ourselves. But now, just like how we have a game in hand, so do Atletico Madrid. And we were so worried about what those bums, Barcelona, were doing, that we forgot that Atletico were going on a really good run as well. So fair play to them, because while Real Madrid and Barcelona were having a mid-off, Atletico were moving in silence, and they do deserve to be top of the league. But let me tell you something right now. They are like an elephant in a tree. It's coming down. Real Madrid, we will be there. Barcelona and Atleti, they messed up by letting us be in this title race up until this point. I remember when they beat us in El Clasico, 4-0. Everybody was talking as if we were just done, like we were dead. I tried to tell people, it's not over yet. Yeah, the vibes were negative, and we were shit early in the season, so I get the reaction to it. But you see what happens? You can never really write us off. And this game against Sevilla, I view this as a statement win. Now, yes, first half was amazing, and let's get into it. Mbappe opened up the scoring. He scored from outside the box. I don't know what Sevilla were thinking by giving Mbappe that much space, but they found out the hard way. I know that Mbappe's form for a majority of the season has been up and down, but he's still a world-class player. He's still one of the best in the world. You don't give him that much space on the edge of the box. Are you dumb? And I think Mbappe has probably just had his best game in a Madrid shirt. He got a goal, and then he got the assist for Brahim in the second half, which we'll get to in a little bit. But Mbappe today looked sharp. He looked very good in the final third. His shooting has improved so much. This is all that we asked for Mbappe, was for him to just get a little bit more clinical. I tried to tell people early on, Mbappe being striker is not the issue. The problem that we've had is that Mbappe's shooting for a large part of this season has been shit. And now, it looks like those problems are going away. Mbappe's form is picking up. The last time that he played a bad game was against Liverpool. Since the Liverpool game, Mbappe's been putting in consistent performances. And I think he is in for a very big second half of the season. I expect that once we come back from our break in January, that Mbappe will be on smoke. Federico Valverde. Oh my days. What a player. Let me tell you something right now. ESPN last season, they dropped a rankings list. and they had my guy, Fede Valverde, as the 26th best midfielder in Europe, I almost drove to ESPN and slapped the shit out of that writer myself. Don't you ever disrespect Fede Valverde again. This guy is the complete midfielder. What a player he is. I love Fede Valverde. Oh my goodness me. What a strike. That goal that he scored from way out, from distance. He shot that shit from a whole other state. I swear, Valverde only scores bangers. I think he has, 4 or 5 goals this season? I believe all of them have come from outside the box. I can't even put into words how important a player like Fede Valverde is. If you need somebody to play center mid, he's there. If you need him to play in the 6, he's there. If you need him to play on the right wing, he's there. If you need him to play right back, he's there. And not only is he playing all those positions when needed, but he's doing it at a very high level. Valverde is him. Another consistent performance today. One of our most important players. One of our most durable players. And I'm excited for him to get a rest. Because this guy has played the most minutes for club and country out of any player in world football. He deserves a rest. And I'm glad that he's going to get that rest since we're going to be off for the next week or so. But what a midfielder. He is the future captain of Real Madrid. He embodies everything that I love about this club. Yo, what a goal. I still cannot believe it. It came out of nowhere as well. The third goal was scored by Rodrygo. Chat, the best Bengali player that we know. Y'all know Rodrygo is my favorite player at the club. If you've been watching me since the summer, you know how many times I argued with people that was saying, well, now that Mbappe's here, cash in on Rodrygo. I told you guys, Rodrygo is a baller. And on that left wing today, he cooked. Rodrygo, in my opinion, man of the match. He was causing so much chaos on the left wing. Shit, he was causing carnage on the left wing. Everything that was going positive was coming from that left-hand side because of Rodrygo. And I tell you guys this, left wing Rodrygo is very different to right wing Rodrygo. Because when Rodrygo gets an opportunity to play on that left wing, he becomes one of the best players in the world. He is phenomenal. And I say it time in and time again. We are never going to get the best version of Rodrygo because he rarely gets to start on the left consistently. And on the right wing, he's good. But on the left, he's a different animal, bro. He took his goal very well. And he's on the form of his life. A goal and an assist against Vallecano. A goal against Pachuca. And now a goal against Sevilla. I hope that next year, right, when January comes around, I hope that that form continues. I try to tell you guys, bro, Rodrygo needs to be starting for us. He is one of our best players. Rodrygo is phenomenal. Teams would do anything to sign this guy. He walks into every team in the world right now. We cannot let Rodrygo go in the summer, bro. I'm telling you, it would be a mistake, man. What a performance from him today. The way that he was linking play, creating chances on corners, the balls that he were putting into the mixer were in dangerous areas. Rodrygo needs to be starting. None of this 4-4-2 nonsense. We need to stay in the 4-2-3-1 or go back to the 4-3-3. Now, we did concede in that first half, right? And that's something that did kind of piss me off because of how well we were playing, right? They did put the cross into the box. And as always, right, once a cross gets put into our box, it seems like our defense just dies. Like, it's like the controller just stops working when the ball is going into the box for our players. But they got one back, right? And then we go into halftime, and I'm sitting here like, yo, we need to absolutely kill them this second half. I wanted to see like 7 goals. I wanted us to come out and still be on smoke. Brahim got an early goal, right? Mbappe got the assist. And then after we scored 4 goals, it's kind of like we went into cruise control, right? We didn't have that same intensity. And that was kind of annoying, to be honest, because I thought that this game had the potential to be the best one of our season. But while the first half was amazing, the second half was very mediocre, was very mid. We see Sevilla get on the ball, right? They looked a little bit more dangerous, and they did get a second goal as well, right? What's this guy's name? Luke Bacchio, scoring a near post goal when Courtois should have saved that, right? I don't think Courtois, for the way that we rate him, right? The way that I talk about him as being one of the best goalkeepers in Europe, you cannot be getting beat from a shot like that. And he did get to it, but it was just so much power behind it that he couldn't keep it out. And I'm not getting on Courtois because he didn't have the best game today, right? This was one of Courtois' poor performances. But he saved us so many times this season and just in general that he has a lot of credit in the bank. So I give Courtois a lot of grace. I thought Tchouaméni today, mid. Again, I don't get why Raul Asensio is not out there starting. Raul Asensio has done nothing to get dropped. I think Camavinga at left back was solid, right? We know that Camavinga could play left back at a very high level, right? He just doesn't prefer to be there. But I actually think Carlo should consider playing Camavinga as a left back for a majority of this season, especially in bigger matches. I think Lucas Vazquez today, I got to give Lucas Vazquez some credit. Lucas Vazquez today was very good. We dominated the ball, and that allowed Vazquez to overlap, right? Vazquez got the assist for Rodrygo. Vazquez was involved in the attack. He was crossing the ball in. He was linking play with the right winger in Brahim. That right side of our team today was not a liability like it usually is. Now, obviously, right, Bacchio's goal came from the right side of our attack, or the right side of our defense. But I think it's because we just switched off, because we just thought that we were going to be cruising to getting a dub. Another thing that I didn't like, though, chat, I think for Carlo Ancelotti subs, I think he made some subs a little bit too late, right? We were cruising. And I think maybe some fresh legs would have been able to, keep us on our toes. And I just got to talk about Endrick, because he did sub on Raul eventually. He subbed on Arda, Luka Modric. But why is Endrick not playing? Another DNP for Endrick. I say it in a lot of my videos, but I think Endrick needs to go on loan. I do not believe that Carlo Ancelotti rates this player. And I think Endrick would be making a massive mistake staying here for the second half of the season. Because this guy couldn't get brought on against Pachuca. This guy couldn't get brought on when we're cruising against Sevilla. If he can't come on then when can he come on? Maybe he's just going to play in the Copa del Rey. I don't know. But for me, Endrick, I think, would do better going to another La Liga team. I would send Endrick to Girona. Let him play in La Liga with the team that plays good football, and he'll get acclimated to the league playing more minutes, because he's just rotting away on the bench. I don't get it, man. Carlo does not rate this kid at all. And I'm thinking that maybe there's something going on behind the scenes that we don't know about, right? Like maybe Endrick does not train well. Maybe his fitness levels are not where they need to be. Because I don't think that Mbappe should have played 90 minutes today. Mbappe came back early from an injury. So why risk him for so much time? This is my issue with Carlo. You have to rotate a little bit more. Because now when the business end of the season comes, and when we're going to need these players to put in 90 minutes week in, week out, you can't look to rest them then. So why not rest them in situations like this where we have a comfy lead? I don't get it. And also, want to shout out Dani Ceballos. Dani Ceballos had a really good game today. The way that he's able to receive the ball from the back line and create space, I always knew that he was very good technically. But I just was not a fan of Dani Ceballos getting minutes in terms of being brought on over Arda. But lately, since we played Getafe, I think, he's been playing really well. And I think that Dani Ceballos, he has forced his way into being considered for the starting 11s moving forward. But look, chat, 4-2 dub, a must-win game. We got the job done, and we are sitting second in La Liga. I am expecting a big second half of the season from the boys. I need you guys to smash that like button. Get in the comment section. Let me know what your thoughts are on this game. Who was your man of the match? What were some things that you liked? What were some things that you didn't like? My man of the match, Rodrygo. But I think officially Mbappe won it because he got a goal and an assist. Fair enough. Mbappe's actually won a lot of man of the match awards so far. But for me, it was Rodrygo, right? Big up to your damn selves. And guys, I hope that you're ready for the second half of the season because I think it's going to be a madness. The January window is right around the corner. Hopefully, the club goes out there and spends some money, man. Holla Madrid!